This is your personal invitation to heal. From me. My name's Shadé Ashani. I graduated from Columbia University and got my MPH at Tulane. I did 5 years of research on how girls without dads are different than girls who do have dads. I wrote a book told through the lens of my own teenage life after my father left our family at 13. It's called In Search of My Father. I took everything I learned on the road for 4 years, speaking at high schools, colleges, and conferences so women can get free. This is a workshop on the house to give you an idea about who I am and my teaching style so you can dive into the e-courses section with confidence. This class is for you if you are angry with your father or don't have a healthy relationship with him. You recognize you have destructive dating habits but don't know how to stop pushing the repeat button. You know you need to forgive your father to move on with your life. You're just not sure how. Or you are looking for guidance and ideas to change the way you think about yourself and love yourself. If any of those things resonated with you, you are in the right place. We always begin with the end in mind, so the goal we're reaching for in this class is learning forgiveness as a life skill. Forgiveness leads to acceptance, which leads to freedom. Forgiveness does not mean that what happened was okay. So many of us get stuck there, holding on to the anger. It doesn't mean that you're not entitled to be all the way pissed off about being neglected, abandoned, lied to, or abused. You're allowed to be mad. That whatever went down means you need to take some classes, read some books, and Jesus yoga therapy your way into healthy relationships as an adult. If you're looking for permission, here it is. Girl, hell to the yeah, you can be mad. But do you want to be mad forever? Do you want to block off your inheritance to love, joy, peace, health, wealth, honor, and life forever? Or are you ready to heal it and have a beautiful, abundant, love-filled life? Forgiveness means you refuse to let the pain someone else caused you control your life anymore. If you're still listening, it's because you're ready. So let's do this. Grab your journal, grab your pen, get comfy, and take notes the old-fashioned way. We're going to write your father a letter. Send it or don't, but write it like you won't send it. As my sister loves to say to me, you always want to be able to say, at the end of this day and at the end of this life, I left it all on the field. At the end of this workshop, I want you to be able to say, I'm doing everything I can to get free. First, knowledge is just a rumor until you know it in your bones, meaning you can know something is true intellectually. You can know it in your head and yet not bring it to life in your world. I'm a yogi and a yoga teacher at heart, so I really want you to focus on deep breathing through this exercise. Bring the truth all the way in. Get it in your bones. Breathe out the lie. Pause this video and say portions of the lines you liked out loud to yourself. Get in the mirror. You know I love mirror work. Get it out of your head and into your bones so you can bring it to life. Breathe all the way down to your low belly. Lower belly rises, rib cage expands, your lungs fill all the way up. Breathe all the way out, big exhale. Belly pulls in, squeeze the lungs clean. Very nice. First truth, know that you deserved nothing less than the best absolute unconditional love that gave you permission to discover your gifts without fear of losing that love. Pause. Anything that just cropped up in your spirit about unworthiness, or maybe Shadé is talking about some other girl who deserves unconditional love, is a lie. That is the result of your hurt and trauma and injustices committed against an innocent little girl. Anything in you that said nothing less than the best for me is the result of how you had to shift and mold yourself to survive repeatedly being given less than the best. That's the beginning of your work, to look at what happened, where, and when that made you think that way. Second truth, know that your father is a fallible human being and that the way he fathered you had absolutely nothing to do with you. Let's pause again, shall we? It had nothing to do with you. The way your father fathered you had nothing to do with a beautiful, funny, giving, joyful, curious, hopeful, silly, loving, innocent child. You are worthy of every good thing in this world. And the way his fatherhood presented itself in your world was an extension of his own experience. his own childhood, and the injustices committed against him. He operated out of his own fears, pains, addictions, guilts, and shames. In short, he did the best he could. He did the best he could with what he had at the time. If he had known better, he would have done better. Consider him for a moment, if you can, not as your father, but just as a boy, a teenager, a man. Try to find compassion for his journey. So as you start your Dear Dad letter, you may feel stuck at those very words. That's okay. Let it come to you. Start with what you needed from a father in general terms. Dear Dad, I really needed a father in my life who was protective. I needed protection, support, and affection. I needed an example of what a good, righteous man does. I needed to trust and respect men, to see what a healthy marriage looks like, instead of being sent out into the world bitter, resentful, starved for affection, and desperate for love. Then get into the particulars. What did you need from him in particular? Where did he let you down? When? For many of us, there is an absolute particular moment in time, a breaking point, an event or decision after which there is a dramatic BC versus AD distinction in the relationship. You were never the same after he blank. He might not even know that's how you feel. Heck, you might not even know that's how you feel until you get into those old childhood hurts. I really want to encourage you to be brave. Dive into the depths of that abandonment, neglect, and betrayal. It looks so scary from the outside, but they are the memories that made you. Get in there so you can get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Here's some inspiration from my letter to my dad in my book to get you really going with yours. Dear Dad, when you left, what started out as why did you go eventually became why wasn't I good enough for you to stay? I took that question with me in my heart and asked 100 unworthy boys to help me heal it. Now, I'm doing the work to heal what happened between us because I know I'm worthy of all the love, joy, peace, success, wholeness, and wealth in the world. I'm done being bitter, depressed, and mad. I'm done falling in love with potential. I'm done picking people who need my saving or help so that I can feel worthy enough to be in the company of losers. I am done battling self-destructive tendencies or relying too heavily on my partner to supply me with the peace and emotional support I needed from you. I am done feeling great discomfort about being single. The revolving door of dating is officially out of order. I refuse to ignore red flag behaviors like controlling, possessiveness, and jealousy anymore. I'm ready for a new life. A new experience of self-love, of men, of romantic love, of God, of relationships with friends, of relationship with money. I am so ready to let it go. I am so ready to be loosed from this unworthiness so I can be free. I forgive you, Dad. I forgive myself. I forgive it all. The first draft of this letter that I wrote my dad went on for a good 17 pages in my journal, so go for it. Get it all out. Leave no broken promise or ruined Christmas unturned. You are holding on to it in your subconscious if it hurt you, and you occasionally think about it with bitterness or resentment. So leave it all on the field. If we stop emotionally developing at the point of trauma, you can be a well-adjusted young woman working towards your career and literally be a broken-hearted 8th grader inside. Frozen at the moment your father didn't show up to your 13th birthday. You shifted your sense of self, your sense of worth around those decisions. You took that injustice in as truth about who you are and started operating in your life as if that were true. You started making decisions as if the way your father treated you was a reflection of your worth. You thought what he did was because of who you are. You started looking in the mirror and seeing someone other than an absolutely beautiful, worthy creation. You started attracting broken men to your broken self-worth, and it wasn't true. It was a lie. He didn't show up for you like you needed him to because of who he is, not because of anything you did, precious one. You were the best thing that ever happened to him. That's the truth. Next, I want you to do a highlight reel journal exercise. Scroll through your memories in your mind, your life, the big moments and the big changes, from a significant point in your story or from the very beginning. Do short bullet point phrases and any key emotion words that were attached, whatever feels relevant for you. Grandma came to live with us, so much love, Move to a new city, sadness, fear of what's to come, hope for a new adventure. Keep flowing, keep going. When you get to the present, draw a hard line across the bottom. Then keep going. Write your new story. Write in the forgiveness, the freedom, the new heaven-sent love, the healthy relationship with money, your gorgeous house, the exciting, fulfilling, purpose-affirming career, the marriage, the babies, the world it travels. Write in the words love, joy, peace, adventure, community, abundance, acceptance, gentleness, wisdom, alignment, any other words that inspire and excite you that you want around you. Your dreams and goals and all of your heart's desires. Is your new story a huge departure from your old story? Good. In order to get there, you must become intentional and vigilant. You must intend for a better life, daily. You must be vigilant about watching over your heart for bitterness, resentment, and pain. When they do crop up, it's an invitation to heal. How to intend for a better life. Mirror work. Can't say enough about it. Speak out loud to your reflection every day. Yes, you will feel crazy at first. It is the best thing you can do for yourself. Read your new story out loud. Tell that girl she is beautiful and mighty and worthy of every single one of her wildest dreams coming true. You'll see it when you believe it. I'll say it again in case you missed it. You'll see it when you believe it. Make a vision board for your new story. Buy a mala necklace and repeat affirmations that are meaningful to you. I love, I fully and freely forgive everyone for everything, including myself. Read Open Your Mind to Receive for some seriously earth-shaking affirmations. That book changed my life. How to be vigilant? Remove yourself from toxic people and environments. You are in an important process and must honor that with rest and safe places to do so. When you get lonely, reach out. Get an accountability partner and tell them what you're up to. If you don't have one, you always have me. Email me anytime. Deep breath. Come back to this video as many times as you need to while you work on your letter to your dad. The funny thing about the mind is when we try to take something in we're not ready for, we might literally not even hear some of the things that have been said. When the student is ready, the teacher appears is so true. But sometimes the teacher appears and the student has to get ready. You may find as you work more wisdom and knowledge and truth can get in because you got some of the hurt and trauma out of the way. I hope you get excited about your process. What else can we get out of the way so you can let even more light and love and joy and peace into your heart? Let's find out together. Check out my other courses available in the link below. All my love.